Hey, it's Professor Josh. Welcome back to another video. Today I have, not Funko, but we have Thrilljoy. I'm talking about Thrilljoy. I'm going to talk about their product launch at New York Comic Con. I'm also going to unbox some fun Thrilljoy for you and show you a super ultra rare one that I picked up. So you need to stick around to find out more. Alright, so we're going to dig into Thrilljoy. Yes, Thrilljoy was the talk of the town at New York Comic Con, especially among the Funko community, and many other content creators were talking about this company because it was by someone that was very close to Funko for a long time, and that's Brian Mariotti, the former CEO of Funko, created this new company, this pop culture designer company, which is called Thrilljoy. So it only launched a few months ago. It talked about it. At least we got a glimmer of maybe something coming, and really only a week or two before New York Comic Con we got any sense of what it was really about and seeing it go live. So Brian Mariotti, former Funko CEO, created this company among a variety of other people, some from Funko, Loungefly, and other market areas, some of apparel areas and things like that. What it happened though is that Brian was the one that really bought the company from Mike Becker, then created Funko Pop. So we all know what Funko Pops are. We all collect a ton of Funko Pops. Really, Funko Pops was by Brian Mariotti and his team, has really developed that, taken it off into the stratosphere and become Funko's publicly traded company we know today. And by being publicly traded, it's not as easy to make things happen as a CEO or go different ways you want or do things that you want, because you have a board, you have stockholders, you have shareholders, you have all these people like maybe you or myself that own stock in Funko and have maybe a say, and other people that have a bigger part in the board that might have a say of what's going on. Where you're a startup, like Thrilljoy is right now, they are a startup. They're not a publicly traded company. They're privately owned. Probably a lot of funding comes from several different maybe investors, including, I'm sure, Brian Mariotti himself, to make this company happen around pop culture. So they launched with one of their products called Pix here. So we're going to talk more about Pix here in a few minutes, but this is one of the products they launched at New York Comic Con, along with a couple others. And I really like the two main other areas beyond Pix, which they actually had about 16, 18 picks, something like that, come up at New York Comic Con with a variety of different pop culture figures, from horror to Harry Potter to Vincent Van Gogh, to their own character, as well to their new mascot, Baloo. So that was another thing. They made some mega picks with Baloo. They only launched one of them at the con, I believe, and no others have sold online yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing some of those. They're a little higher price point. So the picks I showed you here, like the Skeletor here, is a price point of $50 on their website. If you want to grab it, you can grab one of these for $50 on their website right now. Now, the Mega Picks are about $125, and then they also have their threads, their apparel line, things from bucket hats to t-shirts to jerseys to jumpsuits, all kinds of different things, range from like $50 and up. So the lowest was a limited t-shirt, I think, at $50, and the bucket hats, I think, were that price too as well. So a little higher end apparel, I think, the cost-wise too, and limited as well too. And then they had one more thing that wasn't a product line they actually launched, but something I like a lot, is these little figures here, the Mini Blues. The Mini Blues was one of the things they gave out at their panel at New York Comic Con. They're super cute. I did take one of these out here for you. How cute is this Mini Blue? It reminds me of Mystery Mini size. They also had another one that was a 1,000-piece one. I don't know if that one's a little bigger. I'd love to compare that out the size and see all the different sizes here, but this one reminds me of Mystery Minis. I'd love to see other figures with this, but those were given out, so I can't say a price point for those. I've seen them go online from $50 to $100, somewhere in there. I've seen one other. I'd love to find, I think one color I don't have of the Mini Blues is the gold one. Love to find the gold one. He looked pretty cool. All right. So the Pix was the big launch, and that happened at New York Comic Con, but also online that first Thursday of New York Comic Con as well. So with the Pix launching for sale, people could buy them at the con, but also online they had a con drop. Now, my experience with that drop that happened was their first drop ever on their website. Brand new website too. I think it only launched like a few days before. Going on there, you hit a queue. You had to have an account, so I made sure to create my account before. I went on both my computer and phone and let me in both queues, kind of like a drop, like as long as it's separate things. It lets you, like when you do NFTs, be on several different browsers on the same account, it seemed like. But it was like, told your queue in line. I got two different ones. One said over an hour. The other one said, I think like 15, 18 minutes, something like that. So, you know, having that kind of queue there is good for people going in to buy. But what happened is a few minutes into the queue, after a little while, I know other people had like 7, 8 minutes. It just stopped. And it stopped for a good 20, 30 minutes. So something must have happened with the queue and the processing of the queue and getting people through. It also let you only buy 2 products at a time. First product you buy, if you grabbed a Pix, was $15. Second one added to $25, and that was it. Now you could stay in that queue. You didn't have to go back in the beginning of the line and get only 2 more, but you could get other products as you keep wanting to buy them at that time. Later on, they changed it where you could buy more items all at once. Anything over 4 was $40 flat. So those of us, like myself, that bought 6 of them and had to go in 3 times, spent $75 on shipping. Hopefully we get a refund for our shipping, for the extra money we spent. Who knows? Someone could have bought 10, 20 of them, whatever. That's a lot more in shipping. So hopefully they go back and refund those people. I've tried to contact them through Instagram and through their email they provide on their website. That's the only 2 ways to contact them. Have never heard back from them, so I don't know what's going on. Hopefully they improve that customer service aspect. Other than that, nothing sold out on the online. A lot of people were hyped, of course, at the con. Also, one of the things that happened on the online one, I went thinking that I could get an LE24, possibly online. That was not the case. I guess it was only at the con, and it was only in one single Instagram post that they posted that these would be limited to the con only. But recently we discovered that actually that was changed. So one of the things they did change with that was that it is not limited only at the con. I guess they messed up or something. And also the con sticker will actually be on the ones online as well too. Con stickers on the main screen of this cover, not the actual pick inside the pick. When we check those out, I'll show you kind of how that works. And there's usually a plastic wrap. I actually opened this one up. I'll show you kind of how that works. But cool thing is, so I wish they just added in the details and actually messaged them about it. Try to get clarification early on. Never heard back from them though. But I'm sure other people asking about the con sticker, one thing. But asking about the main thing I wanted to know is the limited to only 24 pieces. Was that true or not? Being only at the con, and a lot of people said yes at first, but I never heard back from actually Thrilljoy. Till after the con, they posted something a few days later, now just recently, about them actually being available now for the online holders. So good for them. I hope it helps them sell out as well too, especially for those limited pieces. I was actually lucky enough to pick up one of those limited pieces, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But with that, just be clear in your description on your picture. Add that New York Comic Con only for the 24 piece or whatever you are doing. I know you're a new company, but you have to be clear about that. You don't want false advertising. You don't want people to be mad at you, because if it's only on an Instagram post that no one sees but not in the details of the actual item and on the picture of the actual item where you're showing a 24 piece on the online order platform, that's not a good look. So I know that a lot of people were mad about that. Mad about shipping prices because they seem really high, $25 for 2, and then you're paying $50, $75, $100, you know, depending on if you bought like 8 of them. It can be kind of crazy. So at the con, a variety of people started getting these. I was able to pick up a couple from Whatnot. That's why I already have them here. This is one that I went after because it does have an LE24. So Skeletor here does have a sticker, a little symbol, kind of, it looks like one of those wax stamps. It's not actually wax, but it's on there. It says 6,000. Chases are 1 in 6. So I guess 5,000 might be the regular, 1,000 might be the chases. I'm not sure how the numbering of that part works, or if they made an additional 1,000 on top of the 6,000 here that aren't chases, because the chases don't have numbers. 24 is 24 piece. That's all they made out there. So you have 4 of them that had a 1 in 24 or only LE24 chase, ultra rare chase, I guess you could say. That was Skeletor, which I showed you here. We had also another one I wanted is Duck Dodgers, and then Mars Attack was a really hot one and looked amazing. And then there was one more, Samurai Jack. Now Samurai Jack, I did grab one on Whatnot, and I was lucky enough to get a LE24. Yes, LE24. Yes, that's all. 24. Where's my 3 other people that own one of these? This is awesome. Now, do I keep a hold of this? Do I sell this? It's hard to say, because like, we could use a new roof. We live in Florida. We need maybe a new roof. So it's kind of crazy to have that. So I have to think about this. So all these products I did buy myself. I even bought the giveaways. I didn't get these for free. So I bought the giveaways here. So kind of checking these out. I do have one of the Duck Dodgers I have not opened up as well too. So I did not get the LE24 on that, sadly. I don't think I've seen really anyone, I don't remember anyone pulling that LE24. I've seen Mars Attack pulled, the Skeletor pulled. I didn't see the Duck Dodgers one pulled, at least on the Whatnot streams I was on, that I did grab one. Now, I will say the box is a little more premium than Funko. You can see the size of it just compared to like the case here behind me and stuff like that. But it is a little more premium. It has a magnetic, after you unseal it, magnetic case there. You can fold this back. And then you have also a plastic case covering this, so protecting this, which is nice as well too. And then that undoes. Then you can actually get your pick out. You also have a card over here. The card is the actual, kind of like the COA, authentication on it. It does also, it says which one it is. Of course, this is number 16 Skeletor. But on the back, it also says limited edition and the number I got. So I got number 373. Alright, so let's take the actual pick out of the case. I guess that's what we'll call it, right? Like a pop. We're going to call this a pick. So this is our pick here. This is actually like it's a picture frame. It reminds me of a picture frame. And that's what it kind of looks like. The figure's not meant to come out. It does have like that raised seal there. It's almost like a wax seal, but it's more plastic. A plastic kind of front cover. You can see the background too has a little bit of depth to it if you can see it on camera. So it's kind of cool to see the figure itself. I guess you could say, like, here's Chester Cheetah. You know, it's about the same height, maybe a little bigger, the head, you know, that kind of thing. You know, you got the body, of course, not like Funko Pop where it's a bigger head and smaller body. It's more proportioned. You do have this frame though that you can either hang up if you want to, or you can stack them. So on the bottom and the top, you can see the raised lip, and then the lowered one, they actually stack and kind of connect a little bit. So that's really nice to have something like that. So a little nicer premium box. Like I said, picks are about $50. You do have the chance at the chase. Do like they have a COA with the number on them and everything like that. You can easily close that up. You could keep that out if you want, put away your box, or you could keep this and decide to keep whatever one you want. You know, you got your box now. I'm not opening the LE24 to check out the sticker. I think I'm going to keep that sealed for right now, because I want to keep it sealed, because it is. But I did open the minis up. Like I said, the minis were just kind of in a plastic case. I think these were just made as giveaways, so they don't feel as premium as the other product. But they are cute little figures. I do like them. And then it does say 3,000 on them. Now I heard there might be different rarity with the different Blues that are in there. And Blue is their mascot. He is so cute. So you'll see a lot of those in the mega picks that I talked about, and then they also had a New York Comic Con blue. I did grab one of those online, so looking forward to getting that one in. I didn't want to pay anything crazy on Whatnot for any of the ones that weren't going to be available online, because why? You can get them online, and they'll get shipped to you. It takes a little longer, but you know, the ones at 24s, when they said they were con only, I wanted to go after a couple of them. I did get some, and I didn't pay over crazy prices or anything like that. I did see some go up into a little higher frame of cost, but most of them were going, especially the ones that had a chance at LA24. Now, this seems to be how they packed them at the con, and kind of, and maybe, I don't know if this is how they're going to ship them to people, or they're going to have them inside another box, but they do have kind of that, like, protection points, kind of reminds me of the Funko, the Project Fred stuff, how that shipped out. It does tell what it is on the outside. No chase, though. It doesn't say this is chase, doesn't say any kind of issue with that. I like that on there. One thing I think they are missing on the tape point is they need the security seal tape, so if it knows it's been tampered, so that tampered proof tape on there, so someone knows if it's been opened on either end or anywhere. So those two ends here, put that on there, because if people are opening it at the con for a chance at a limited and someone's selling them as a sealed one, you want to make sure that it's sealed. If not, I don't know if I would trust people. First day or so, I trusted people. After so people started pulling those at LA24, I didn't know if I could trust people if they tried to open it or not. So that's something to think about there. Did have a lot of SKUs at the drop, like 30 to 40 different items. It seemed like with the clothing and the picks and other stuff they had available. That seemed like a lot. The highest LE was Harry Potter, 7,500. The lowest one was 3,000, which was like Van Gogh, Blue, some of those, and everything else in between, like 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 were in there. They also had the chase, so like I said, that 1 in 6 applies to all of them. So that applies to all the picks. It also has the LE24 chance at the 4 I talked about. So they are already introduced into 2 retailers. So Box Lunch Hot Topic actually has Beetlejuice up for sale now. So if you haven't checked that out, I did really get a really good deal at a BOGO, buy one get one 50% off deal on pre-ordering the Beetlejuice on Box Lunch. So I got 2 of them for that price. That was pretty good. I think like $75 to get 2 of them. I said, hey, I want to try that out. So not too bad with that. Also, they had a couple other retailers. One other one that I think it's Hot Topic and Box Lunch too is Chucky. That one was not on the site last time I checked. And then I heard Bait is supposed to be the exclusive for Leonardo, but he's also on their website right now as well too. So more to come. Like at their panel, they announced a lot more to come. We're going to see a lot more pop culture. We're going to see things like Beavis and Butthead. We're going to see more Harry Potter. We're going to see one of my favorite lines, Scooby-Doo. So that's a great line as well. And then also some Christmas classics I saw. So they plan on introducing a lot more to the lineup of picks, mega picks, those type of things, their clothing, retail, all that kind of stuff in the near future. So pretty cool. I like these. I think they're good for a variety of collectors. I'm going to talk about my pros and cons now. One of the things also I wanted to just clarify, I did not get any of this product for free. I paid for every piece of my product from Thrilljoy. I paid on the aftermarket for them, secondhand from someone else, and I've ordered stuff online, haven't received it yet, so I haven't got anything for free. This is totally my interpretation of what I see. I know other people have gotten stuff from them, got to review it and check it out and things like that. As a content creator, I'm always clear that if something's sponsored, if anyone sends me anything for free, if someone sends me anything I did not pay for, that I would be clear to all of you that someone sent it to us and we're reviewing it. But still honest reviewing it. I'm still always honest in reviewing, but I want to always be clear about that. I did not get anything from them. I didn't get to be at New York Comic Con, didn't get into the parties, didn't even get a free mini. I had to buy my minis, that kind of thing. So all those good things. Just want to be clear about that as I go into my pros. So there's a lot of pros. I love that they're limited pieces. Everything so far has been limited pieces, even the clothing. I think that's a really good plus point. That's why I like other designer toys like Chomps Barely's, Tiny Ghost Soulmates, all those. And I like also that Chance of the Chase. I love that with our Soulmates, right? We buy those Tiny Ghost Soulmates. We have a rare chance of a 24-piece chase, a 12-piece chase. When I hit 2 of those 12-piece chases in one video, wasn't that insane to see something like that and the excitement around it and some craziness? So those kind of things I think are, do really well for this company. I think it's a great piece they brought in there, especially with the authentication of numbers and how many they have. One of the other pros I saw with their prototypes was that they actually authenticated them, had them in little cases, had a little seal with them as well too. So their prototypes are from them legitimately, what they give out. You don't have to worry about someone stripping the paint off a Funko Pop, trying to sell it as a prototype, or have a really good fancy 3D printer that build a really good prototype around or something like that and try to pass it off. So I like that the really authentication is there and kind of pass down the line. One of the other things that was a big pro is pop culture. Like, they're already in a variety of different pop culture areas. And I always say, collect what you like. You don't have to like everything they put out. If you like one thing they put out, get that one thing. If you're a Skeletor fan and that's the only thing you want to get, just get that thing. If you're a Van Gogh fan, or someone that's Van Gogh, get them the Van Gogh. Like, it's a great kind of looking piece to put in their office, to put it at the home, put it a bedroom, whatever you're going to put it in. I think that's a really good part. Already seeing partnerships is a good plus. So you've seen partnerships with Box Lunch, Hot Topic, Bait, hopefully some other ones to come. I think those are really good to see. Partnerships that are already developed. It's probably easy when a lot of people have been involved in making partnerships before in the past, and also obtaining those licenses. I think that's a really good part. The ultra rares are super awesome. I wish they did those with Funko sodas. We're a big collector of Funko sodas. We did almost like 2 years of Funko soda Saturdays straight, on the channel. So we have tons of Funko. We have opened a ton of Funko sodas, and we love that thrill for the chase, but also that ultra rare makes it super awesome because you own something only 24. And I think baseball card companies and football card and like Topps and all these kind of things have done that, have brought that like one of one kind of chase opportunity into packs and things like that. So bringing that into a collectible toy market is where it needs to be, and a good thing. Imagine if you got a redemption thing inside one of these packs for a prototype. How exciting would you be? So that's something Thrilljoy could definitely put in there. I think as a smaller company, makes things like that happen. I love that they're numbered. I love that they're stackable, hangable, have a variety of different options to showcase it. I think those are all different pluses in there. Now, got to get into some cons. Not everything's the greatest thing on earth. Some of the cons is the size of the box. This is a really big box. Like, if you think about storage wise, you have to stack these in storage while you hang your picks out somewhere else, and you want to keep these nice because they're all limited, and you want to keep them nice, and you want to sell them maybe one day, or have the ability to trade them or sell them one day. I think they could take up a lot of room, but there's several things that can take up a lot of room. But I think taking out of the box and having to store that box is that kind of piece of it that's hard for some collectors. But I will say, we have a lot of things that are different sizes, from 10 inches to Lego sets to, bigger chomps and all kinds of things in there. So it's all in there. It happens. I think the depth of the picture frame is kind of a hard thing as well too, because I love to hang these in a hallway or something like that, but how much they stick out would be one of my concerns, that someone would hit into it or something like that. So you can't really stick it out where people are walking by. You have to put it in other places if you're going to hang them. So I think that's one of my kind of cons to something like that. Another con is it's a new company. So being a new company, it's really hard to judge how these will do in the future. Now, they could go great. They could be the next Funko Pop, the next Lego, the next whatever. But it's really hard to know as a company, as a new company, as a startup, where it's going to go. And it's really hard because nothing's sold out on the site. I think one of the things I wish they did, and this is something I wish they maybe do at the next con, have a couple pieces that are limited to like 500 or 1,000 or something like that. 1,000, I think, mark, where you have some online drop and some face-to-face at the con drop. And you have that LE24s in there, or LE12s, or something even lower maybe in there. And then, or the one-of-ones in there, whatever you're going to have in the mix. have a variety of things like that where you're going to sell out at a con. I think that drives a lot more hype and has that. So that's one of the kind of cons, I guess, of it. I'm curious how the drops will work. I don't know. We've only seen one drop, and it dropped every product all at once. Really like to see a smaller drop and how that happened. I think the size of the drop is a lot more. Another big con for me is size of clothing. Your clothing sizes are very limited at Thrilljoy. So one of the things I would say is make sure you make those 2Xs, the 3Xs, the big tall kind of things, the different sizes for especially t-shirts, things like that. You want to sell those to a variety of collectors. You need to make a variety of sizes. In our community, we have so many different sizes of people, whether you need a longer one or a bigger one just because you're really tall. Or you need one because this, that's what you wear and you're comfortable in. So I think you really have to have a variety of sizes available, not just that small to extra large, and that's it. I think you're limiting the amount of people that are going to buy your product, and it doesn't look good as a company to have that limited of size point for your clothing. So, as we kind of talk about this, those are my pros and cons, my look at Thrilljoy. Definitely as someone who bought the product themselves, to check it out, to explore it, to have lucky enough to hit that LE24. It's amazing to kind of see how this product goes, what's next for it, and what comes. So I need you to let me know, but I do have one last con. And it's customer service. And I think if you're having a startup company, one of the things is you are a small company still, and you need to make sure your customer service is on point. I reached out by email and by Instagram. Those are the only two ways to contact the company. Nothing about my order, about the possibility of getting a refund, any kind of support questions I had that people in the community were asking me. I think a lot of people wondered, what was happening with the New York Comic Con sticker. They finally kind of addressed that in their blog, but that was like after the con and after everything, like you addressed that right away. But also, like, someone paid money for your product and you overcharged for shipping and then changed it very soon afterward. How can you get them a refund? Those type of things. What are you going to do when someone gets a damaged product in? You're going to have customer support. You're going to have something tied into there. I hope you do as you're ready to ship these out, because that's going to be really difficult. Who knows? You don't know if one of these figures inside is going to be broke, missing a sword. Something like that always happens with quality control. So hopefully they get on point with that. And that's my biggest probably con, is customer service has to be on point for any company out there. But especially if you're new, you can lose someone really quick as a collector and never buy your product again. So that's something I would say. Hopefully, Thrilljoy, if you want to reach out to me, Josh at ProfessorJosh.com, or hit me up on Instagram at ProfessorJosh. All those places I'm at. So I'd love to kind of figure out, those kind of things and help people out and understand what's going on and what's happening with this. But you have to let me know what your favorite product was that they dropped at New York Comic Con, dropped on their website. Picks. Did you pick up any? Are you excited about the chance for an LE24 still online? I'm super excited about it because I did grab some of those before I found out they weren't supposed to be a chance, but I'm so glad I have a chance now. So I hope some people that get them online hit those LE24s. Super excited for you. Hopefully they'll be shipping soon, but got one more other thing you need to do for me. You need to like, subscribe, you need to hit that bell for notification. I'll see you next time, everyone. Bye.